Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome all of you to ESTEC 2009. I think the doors at the back are now closed and everybody should be coming through the first session.
Okay, hello, Werner Weiss. I'm very happy to welcome you at ESTEC 2009. You are the director of the Austrian Institute of AEE Intec, and you have a big staff of 33 people only covering renewable energies. You are 20 years in the business, and I want to know from you what is so fascinating about solar thermal technology.
I think it's quite fascinating because it's an unlimited resource of energy, so we have no problems with limitations like biomass, geothermal or wind energy or things like this, so it's really unlimited. We simply have to use it and we can use it, solar energy in general, for electricity production, for heat production, so I think this is really the energy for the future and it's the primary source. All others related from them.
So you, on behalf of ESTIF, which is the European Solar Thermal Industry Federation, you recently did a potential study on solar thermal, which was just published and it will be presented at this conference. Can you tell us the major results of this study?
Yeah, the main background was basically if you look to European discussions or national discussion on energy, then usually it was discussed in the last 5 to 10 years. Basically, energy discussion was basically electricity discussion. Nearly nobody realized that nearly 50% of the final energy demand in the European Union is heat or heating and cooling. And this study is basically focusing on low temperature heat in the European Union and what could be the contribution of solar thermal to cover this heating and cooling demand. And the main results are on the long term, so we made a study for 2020, what could be the contribution to 2020, to 2030, and in the long term to 2050. So on the long term we could cover nearly 50% of the overall heating and cooling demand of the European Union, which is quite ambitious, but on the other hand, what we would have to install on the long term is between 6 and 8 square meters per inhabitant of the European Union to come to this goal. And this, on the one hand, I think really shows that this is possible. This is just the area we need on buildings, so we don't touch land area. This is already available. And also in the medium term, or short term to 2020, which is nearly all European countries have to work on a program to 2020 how to cover how to contribute to the 20% target. And here we could, in the short term, we could contribute to 4% of the overall heating and cooling demand by 2020 already, with increased. So if we more or less double the market as we have it at the moment, which should be, I think in my point of view, more or less easily reachable. Important is also to have a different approach compared to now. To reach this target, most of the European countries were focusing up to now just on domestic hot water preparation. This has to be changed significantly if we want to reach this goal, to go to combi systems, which means systems for hot water and space heating and cooling in southern European countries. And these combi systems can cover this long-term 50% of the heating and cooling demand.
So, but this seems to be a very ambitious target. So what do we need from the politicians as frame conditions so that we can reach these targets to 2050?
On the one hand, we need subsidies or obligations, so this is up to the countries, but in the next years, at least in the next 5 to 10 years, we need massive subsidies and obligations or other kind of really political support mechanisms, but at the same time we need intensive research and development. So we have a lot of excellent products on the market, of course, but to go to high solar fractions, we need new storage tanks with high density. We need new materials for collectors. So this is really, research and development has to start immediately in this field. And last but not least is education on all different levels, from installers to university level. We need skilled people. I think that's really jobs for the future, but we have to offer possibilities to learn something about solar thermal. This is really missing all over Europe at the moment, and if we don't focus on this, of course on all three pillars, we will not reach this goal.
So what is your message to the industry then? What they have to face, to challenge, to get really these millions of square meters out of their factories?
So the main challenge, I think, for the industry is to double the production, the annual production. So we have to double the installation rate. Yeah, it's according to our studies, we double it every 3 years approximately, the installation. This is in the ambitious scenario. So I think that's really a challenge for the industry. But on the other hand, in increasing the production capacity, they should not forget about research and development, and it's for sure that they will not sell the same system in 20 years or in 10 years compared to the systems we have now. So here we have really to work in parallel also in system development.
Thank you, Werner Weiss.